Bang. I'm here to fix your sewer.
Your ex? The two of you just get divorced. I don't want him to misunderstand you.
Starting today, I'll only spend my own money. I don't want to care about what you think of me anymore.
Every decision you made. I thought about it last night. I didn't come up with a good reason to persuade you not to fire us. But you're not against it.
Kutafuta moyo mwingine kwa sababu moyo wako tayari ushakufa. Yani unapaswa kutekeleza ibada ambazo zitaweza kuuhuisha moyo wako.
Anakaa lisali moja tu, yeye yuacheka tu, subhanallah. Mtume anasema usifanye vile, hakika mtu kithirisha kucheka inauua moyo wa mwanadamu. Swala zote na salamu zimfikie
Hashimu. Mental health should also be a basic need to the PWDs because they go through a lot. Those who have acquired disability, please love them.
Don't sympathize with us, just empathize with us. Before you say I cannot do anything, just try me. Give me a shot.
Cause we're differently.
Things having been brought rather programs here in the family here at KBC, as well as ensuring that Jehu Nyungwana being a show that gripped many television audiences that aired right here at KBC, and the program has immensely been popular and has been a staple of KBC radio for decades, making it one of the longest running show in Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. We celebrate you, Leonard, Mambotela, we as a KBC family. Well, we have those, we have update on that later on. We have our reporter Kamche Menza, who is with the family, and also we'll be looking at other news that are making headlines across the region. We have our president, that is William Ruto, who is wrapping up his tour in Isiolo County, or rather in the northern eastern region, and he'll be expected in Isiolo County as we look at that and much, much more. We have other stories also making headlines this afternoon. And we will continue also with Leonard Mambotela's demise, where legendary broadcaster Leonard Mambotela this morning passed on, and we are here as the family of, as KBC family, celebrating this man who has inspired millions of Kenyans to join this broadcast path, including me, whom we have watched as we were growing up, having shows as Jehu Nyungwana that gripped many television audiences right here at KBC. We celebrate that man as a KBC and also as Kenyans across the country. And now we look at the days that are making, the news that are making headlines this afternoon. We'll be looking at something on the family of Joyce Munaya, who was murdered and her body mutilated. We'll also be seeing stories on the National Police Service, which says Saddam Buk, a businessman based in Isiolo County, is also a story that we'll be running to you later on this afternoon. We look at The stories that are also making headlines, we have Kenya-Iranian ties, we have nurturing talents, the stories that our reporters are working on. And we start off with Leonard Mambotela's story and the family of the 19-year-old, rather. We apologize for that. And we look at what is happening across the country and the family of the 19-year-old Joyce Munaya, who was murdered and her body mutilated by her alleged husband, is in Nairobi's Huruma Estate for a fortnight ago, once the murder case settled out of court. Speaking during her emotional send-off in Mwingi Central, Kitui County, the family spokesperson, Musia Langi, said the death of the young girl has been a blow to the family, but jailing the deceased alleged husband will be a double tragedy to both families, which are immediate neighbors. Now, John Wambua was arrested carrying a body parts of Munaye in a bag packed and confessed to the murder, leading police officers to his house where other body parts were found under the bed.
Kulingana na mila ya Kikamba, mtu akifanya mambo sisi ulinganisha, unasema mali itolewe pande hii, ng'ombe 7 ama ng'ombe 14 ndio tulipe. Kwa hivyo tunaomba hata serikali, hata ikiwa imruhusu aje pande hii, tuwange mambo mzuri, kwa sababu tutapoteza watu wawili. Msikiana tumesika, kijana na yake hatutaki asikwe, tunataka aje pande hii tumulee kwa njia nzuri, atuwe na.
Now, the ambassador of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Kenya, Dr. Ali Gampour, has emphasized his country's commitment to deepen strategic collaboration with Kenyan institutions, particularly the University of Nairobi and local government entities. This move, he said, will focus on cultural exchanges between Iran and Kenya, saying the exchanges will play a pivotal role in advancing global civilization. The ambassador was speaking at the University of Nairobi, where he officially opened the conference titled Retracing and Integrating the Influence of Persian Civilization and Culture on East African Communities.
Very rich heritage of the past for using to strengthen our friendly, amicable relations nowadays and to bring more understanding, and that will help us, the both nations, great nations and governments, to work more closely together.
Especially on matters of blue economy, matters of architecture. There's so many issues where so many areas where the Persian culture relates with the coastal community counties.
Now, other stories this afternoon, a section of youth in the Lucky Summer area of Nairobi have benefited from a program aimed at transforming the lives of talented youth and helping combat crime, drug abuse and other societal vices. The program dubbed Ringo Lucky Fest serves as a platform to discover, nurture and showcase the diverse talents of young people in the area. According to the program co-founder Victor Ochola, the initiative has inspired many of the youths to form self-help groups aimed at addressing critical social issues within the community, with a focus on raising awareness on mental health and gender-based violence.
Hapa Lucky Summer unapata kuna gender-based violence ya mayouth, kuna drugs abuse kwa vijana hapa kwa estate, kuna mambo mingi. Young ladies unapata wanaingilia mambo za usherati because hakuna mtu kwa nature.
I'm a model. Apart from modeling, I love dancing. I'm an advocate of mental health. He has also helped us in finding our talent that was hidden.
Kuna ina discover untapped talent. Unapata leo mimi niko talent model, kuna kijana mdogo ataniona nimemodel atafurahia. So hata yeye atataka kufanya the same. So through hiyo unapata vijana wanaacha ku idol, wanaanza ku practice practical life skill lesson.
A section of stakeholders in Malindi, Kilifi County, has called for a multi-sectoral approach in implementing targeted interventions, such as providing training for Malindi municipality solid waste managers and environmental officers on effective waste management practices. Now, speaking at Wafanyikazi Mashinani training program in Malindi, the stakeholders highlighted that the initiative is designed to train supervisors on proper waste segregation and disposal, which includes managing waste from household collection points, storage, and transportation to designated dump sites. Now, these efforts aim to foster a cleaner, more sustainable environment, ultimately boosting Malindi's reputation as a top tourist destination.
Kazi wetu na masupervisor wetu wa Malindi municipality, na jambo kama hili litaendelea kwa other municipalities, na vile vile mafunzo kama haya pia yataendelea kwa our stakeholders and our community in general.
This is for everybody out there. Let's start segregating from home, and the team that we have here is the new team that will go out and spread the gospel of segregation.
It is a very, very important job because as Kilifi County or as Kenya, we get a lot of money from foreign exchange, from tourism, and tourism is nature-based. So they are the basis of any infrastructure being done, because they'll make sure.
Now we link up with our reporter Kevin Washira, who is at the Nairobi South Sea Hospital, where our celebrated or legendary Leonard Mambotela passed on. And what's the latest on your end, Kevin Washira, as we celebrate this man who has inspired millions of Kenyans?
Wairimu, Njenga, we are outside Nairobi South Hospital. The family members of veteran journalist Leonard Mambotela have just left the precincts of Nairobi South Hospital, where the veteran journalist breathed his last this morning at around 9:30 a.m. Remember, Mambotela is famed for the program that has been airing at KBC Radio and KBC TV, program that was called Je Huni Ungwana. It is a program that started way back in 1960s and has been going on up to last year when he started ailing. He was brought here at Nairobi South Hospital a few days ago, where he has been receiving treatment, and today he was called to be with the Lord. Now, one of the big highlights of Mbotela's career shall be remembered by senior citizens is the 1982 coup attempt, whereby some officers from the Kenya Air Force stormed Mambotela's home, took him and drove him up to KBC station, where they forced him to declare that the government had been overthrown. Later, the situation was controlled by GSU, and again Mambotela was used by the same by the GSU officers to now declare that the then president Daniel Moi's government was intact and was in place, and there was no coup attempt. It has been thwarted. We shall also remember Mambotela for the good show. This is the Je Huni Ungwana show, which aimed at teaching the people and society good behaviors, and also calling out the bad behaviors that are being done in the society, and maybe urging people to stop doing those bad behaviors. He will be missed by the viewers of KBC, the viewers of Je Huni Ungwana, and he shall forever be remembered as one of the key veteran journalists who have practiced journalism for more than 5 decades. We shall be giving you details as we receive them from the family about the burial preparations and going forward. Back to you, Wairimu, Njenga.
Us an update on the passing of the veteran Leonard Mambotela. I remember he has said he passed on this morning, and that has been confirmed by his family. And of course, he has given us a rundown on who he is and who he has been. As you have seen, he has inspired many Kenyans, and he has been also recognized for his contribution to the journalism and broadcasting. And also in 1987, he received the Head of State Commendation. And in 1992, he was awarded the Order of the Grand Warrior of Kenya. In 2009, the Kenyan government also honored him as the national hero for his significant impact on the country's media landscape. We'll be giving you more details on that, also the burial preparation, as well as other developments that will be coming to hit our news desk this afternoon. Now, we move on to other stories making headlines this afternoon, and we still continue with Leonard Mambo's demise. And the broadcaster Leonard Mambo has been or is dead, and Mambotela passed on Friday morning, aged 86, after a short illness. Leonard Mambotela, who worked at KBC for 61 years, will be remembered by his many radio and television show, Je Hu Ni Ungwana.
Mambotela is a master. School curriculum informed him of the myriads of opportunities that lay ahead of him.
Nauliza kuwa na tabia kama hizo.
Throughout the 70s, Leonard Mambotela continued to churn out more stuff. At time, Mambo would cut newspaper clippings, compile news and read them out to his classmates. This adaptive technique helped him earn friends quickly.
Nakumbuka nilipokuwa shule, ilikuwa ni boarding school. Nilikuwa nikichukua jarida, yani magazine ama gazeti, nikilikunja.
1960s, Mambo graduated from Kitui High School. Now, the young man found himself in a hostile environment, daily struggling with unemployment. Pushed by difficult circumstances and showed by hunger for success, Mambo moved to Nairobi. Here, he sought internship with a standard newspaper, where they absorbed him as a trainee.
Baada ya shule nilikwenda Nakuru kufanya kazi katika kampuni moja inayojulikana kama Nakuru.
Excited about his new job, Mambo still found himself struggling with his old scorching thirst for radio. In 1964, he approached the then head of radio, the late Simeon Ndesanjo, to ask for a job. It was Simeon who decided that young Mambotela deserved a chance and asked him to try his hand as an announcer. Impressed by Mambo's mastery of language, he pressed then VUK management to offer Mambo a post as a program assistant. His creative mind would soon find avenue for expression.
Sasa nikachukuliwa kama program assistant, continuity announcer. Nilikuwa nikituma salamu na vipindi vingine pia. Na
radio show Je Hu Ni Ungwana premiered on TV.
Kenya Broadcasting Corporation in particular, and the media fraternity in general, is today mourning the death of the veteran broadcaster Leonard Mambotela. The legendary broadcaster, whose career spanned well over 5 decades, passed on Friday morning following a short illness, according to his family. He will be remembered by many for his program, Je Hu Ni Ungwana, which premiered in 1966 and has been running for about 55 years. Mambotela was at the center of the failed coup when he was picked by rebel officers on the 1st of August 1982 from his house at government quarters in Ngara and driven to the Voice of Kenya, now KBC, studios along Harry Thuku Road, and at gunpoint, he was ordered to read a script that declared that Moi's government had been overthrown. In his retirement, Mambotela continued with his program, Je Hu Ni Ungwana. In September 2022, Mambotela was appointed to serve as a member of the National Heroes Council. Tilio Marco for Lunchtime News.
Now we'll be continuing with an update on the burial preparations for the veteran Leonard Mambotela. We take a short commercial break. We'll be right back with more news.
Karibuni. Hii ndio best ya the best local entertainment.
Sitakubali ukalie kiti cha umiliki katika kampuni ya mume wangu.
Tell me where my money is, and I'll make this quick and painless.
You don't know what they do to girls like you.
I think it's a very unfair. Na kujua vizuri sana. Na jombosi wangu vizuri sana. Hauwezi akakuandika kazi.
Bang. I'm here to fix your sewer.
Your ex? The two of you just get divorced. I don't want him to misunderstand you.
Starting today, I'll only spend my own money. I don't want to care about what you think of me anymore.
Every decision you made. I thought about it last night. I didn't come up with a good reason to persuade you not to fire us. But you're not against it.
You realize Kikara kijua vile unafanya atakupeleka mbio sana.
You should be thanking me for taking care of this situation.
We've already done enough harm.
There's no we.
What?
Sio lazima mdosi.
Blackie didn't kill himself, did he?
Kaikara akijua hii story, hata mimi naondolewa.
You are the law for crying out loud.
Do you trust Dan and his boss?
You cannot trust dirty cops.
Be careful.
Your advice is saidia saizi.
I found him at J&J.
Ulienda kufanya nini huko? You want me to ask you the same question twice?
Let me call you after an hour or so.
Huyo ni nani?
Ni simu za kazi tu. Can you tell me the reason why I'm here?
Loyalty cannot be taught.
Mi sielewi. I don't understand this story yote.
You must learn to be content with what you get.
Welcome back. You're still watching Lunchtime News, and many Kenyans are still sending in their condolences messages. And we are here at KBC Family. We are also passing our condolences to the family of Leonard Mambotela. Our editor-in-chief, Mr. Samuel Maina, also has sent his condolence message to the family of Mambotela. Also, former editor-in-chief Vitalis Musebe as well has also sent his condolence message to the family of Leonard Mambotela. Also, our MD, that is Kaleche, has also sent in her message of condolence to the passing, for the passing of our veteran, that is Leonard Mambotela. We have many Kenyans who are also sending us their condolences message. You can also continue sending us, and you can read them on air right here at KBC Channel 1 as we continue with the day's lunchtime news. Pauline Shegu is one of the our veteran also who has been with us. KBC has also sent her condolence message to the family, and we'll be reading them as they come in. But first, we now take a look at the latest also from other areas. And the National Police Service says Saddam Buke, a businessman based in Isiolo County, is in their custody, contrary to claims circulating on social media that he had been abducted by unknown people. According to a statement by police spokesperson, Mushiri Nyaga, Buke was arrested in the ongoing operations Ondoa Jangili, targeting criminal elements in Marsabit and Isiolo County. He is suspected of being a key facilitator of the Oromo Liberation Army, an illegal outfit running criminal activities in Isiolo and Marsabit counties. Buke and other arrested are expected to be arraigned in court. Now, a section of residents from Isili in Nairobi County has expressed its frustration over a 2-day power outage, blaming the Kenya Power and Lighting Company for ongoing frequent power interruptions over the past 6 months. The residents raised concerns over the rising cases of insecurity and declining business profits as they are forced to spend heavily on fuel for generators.
Stima kila siku inapotea.
bila sababu hawatuambii na hawatangazi kwa sababu hawatangazi ili sisi tujipange. Kama wafanyabiashara tuko na shida kubwa sana kwa sababu ya stima. Mwaka uliopita mpaka leo kila siku hapa kwetu stima inapotea, na inapotea kwa muda 2 hours 3 hours kwa daily.
Almost 6 months tuko na shida, tuna incur a lot of expenses kwa ajili ya generator. So tunaomba sana serikali utusaidie kwa sababu tumechoka na Kenya Power. Kenya Power tuliongelesha wakubwa wao mara mingi, tulipeleka complaint, regional manager everywhere tulipikisha, lakini still we are suffering.
Our reporter Kamche Menza is at Leonard Mambotela's home. Kamche, if you can hear me, what's the latest from your end? I know it's a very sad morning with the passing of the renowned broadcaster Leonard Mambotela. I know the family is in deep sadness, and we want to hear from them as well as from you. What's the latest from your end?
Well, a very good afternoon to you back in studio, Wairimu, Njenga, and as you said, we are coming to you live from Dam Estate. This is along Langata Road, and where I'm standing right now is right outside the late Leonard Mambotela's residence. This is where he has been residing for this time. And we've just arrived, and as you can see, the black gate is the gate leading to his house. But right now, what is happening is just we managed to talk to the family, but the family say they are now holding a brief meeting or a meeting. Of course, you will remember that it's just about 4 or 5 hours since the family confirmed his death. So what they are saying now is that they are not so ready to talk to the media, but right now they are inside the house. Remember, the family members who are within Nairobi have already arrived at his place, and we understand there are more family members that will be traveling from Mombasa. He hails from the Mombasa Free Town area, and of course we understand that more family members will be coming from there. But right now I got into the house and spoke to a few family members who said that he passed on at Nairobi South Hospital this morning, but they cannot divulge much more information on his ailment, or rather leading to his death, or his last moments to his death, and they will be talking to the media a bit later. Right now they are all in that particular meeting. We have seen the siblings are there, and even the children are there, and even other relatives are inside the house holding that particular meeting. So what we are waiting for is to gather more information, of course, on what happened during his last moments, as well as how the family has received that particular news, and how they have lived with their father. Remember, or they have been having memorable moments with their father, being a veteran, or if you like, a legendary journalist. So basically that is now from here. I will be waiting to see whether the family will agree to talk to the media after the meeting. But what they had indicated earlier is that they need a little bit of time to be able to digest that particular information, and of course come to terms with that particular loss. Then they will be able to talk to the media. So once we get more information on, of course, some of the issues that I have highlighted earlier, then we will be able to, of course, inform the viewer with regards to some of the information that we'll have gotten from here. That's it from here. Wairimu, I return all this back to you in studio.
Thank you, Kamche. They're telling us the latest from the home of the veteran journalist Leonard Mambotela. As you have heard from her, the family is not yet ready to speak to the media, but when they do, we'll be telling you what they will be saying in terms of burial preparations, as well as other developments that will come with those sad news. Now we move on to the day's stories. Other stories making headlines this afternoon. Thousands of farmers, or rather entrepreneurs with disability in Kajiado County, are struggling to start and grow their businesses due to lack of capital and widespread societal stigma. At a recent youth forum aimed at empowering persons with disability, entrepreneurs voiced their frustrations, highlighting the extra effort required to gain acceptance and prove their capabilities. However, there's hope on the horizon through the interventions of Riziki Source, a non-profit organization providing much needed support Now, the organization equips entrepreneurs with disability with essential resources, training and tools to help them overcome barriers and succeed in their businesses.
Maisha yake inakuanga ngumu sana kwa sababu kando na biashara na vitu zingine zote, hata akiingia kwa kazi inakuwa ngumu kwa sababu lazima ajioneshe anaweza, ndio pengine mwenye anampatia kazi aweze kumpatia. So as a person with disability, lazima ufanye 2 times to ensure that your employer atakupatia kazi.
Need yao ni kuweza kupata markets zaidi. So hizo markets tuna partner na organizations na pia companies kubwa kubwa ili waweze kusell products zao. Na pia need ya pili ambayo walikuwa nayo ni hawakukuwa na zile equipments za kuweza kumove biashara yao kutoka point moja hadi ingine. So tumeweza kuwezesha hiyo na tunatumai kuwa hizo bidhaa ambazo tumewaletea zitaweza kusaidia hiyo biashara yao iweze kuimarika.
Now, a family in Kwale County is facing a heartbreaking dilemma as the body of their loved ones remain stuck in Saudi Arabia a week after her passing. The family of Twaswaka village in Lunga says Mwandazi Athmana Muhammad died after a short illness. However, her employer in Saudi Arabia has stated that if the body cannot be transported to Kenya, they will proceed to bury her there. Now the family is appealing to both the government and of Saudi Arabia and Kenya for assistance in bringing Mwandazi's body back home so she can be laid to rest in her community.
Hasa aliniambia hizi gharama ambazo sasa hivi inaingia na nyinyi huko hamjajipanga itakuwaje? Si ni heri tu niachie mimi nizike huku. Kwa hiyo hizo gharama zote za kuhakikisha ule mwili unakuwa sawa ni huyo utajiri wake.
Hata hivi ninavyozungumza lakini akili imeniruka na hapa nilipo sijui mwili wa mtoto wangu utakuja kivipi. Mwili bado uko kwa Uarabuni. Sijui nitapata usaidizi wa vipi letoe mwili wa mtoto wangu. Ile chako ni mtoto wangu. Aletoa hapa basi. Leo nataka mwili wa mtoto wangu uletwe hapa. Ni uone na jicho langu.
Thousands of farmers from Belgut and Bureti sub-counties in Kericho County have been trained on technology and innovation in agriculture as a way of increasing production. Speaking during the Kericho Farmers Expo in Chalilis Primary School, Peter Ngigi, managing partner Remington Africa, noted that the training focuses on value addition, animal health, agrochemicals companies, and promoting agrochemical companies and promoting agriculture and innovation.
We have a turnout of 2,000 farmers today and 40 exhibitors cutting across all value chains from dairy, crop. We have 35 exhibitors, yes, from fertilizer, animal health companies, agrochemical, seedlings, and even value addition companies.
Looking at the farmers who are here today, almost 2,000 farmers or even more, and looking at the kind of information and the kind of training that is going on in this field, you know, it gives us hope that we're going to have better production in terms of the farming practices that our farmers engage themselves into.
Now, the latest in the world of business, the Agriculture and Food Authority is warning individuals and companies involved in the harvesting, handling, trading and processing of macadamia to desist from dealing with immature or poor quality nuts into the supply chain. The Agriculture and Food Authority says such malpractices threaten the industry's integrity and offenders risk having their licenses suspended or revoked.
Kenya's macadamia industry is highly export-driven, with about 95% of annual production destined for international markets. To safeguard quality and maintain global market standards, The government has in the past implemented seasonal harvesting bans and stringent export guidelines. And now, the Agriculture and Food Authority is cracking down on unscrupulous players, processors and traders harvesting immature macadamia nuts, those reintroducing low-quality nuts into the supply chain, and those engaged in smuggling in-shell macadamia out of the country. The Agriculture and Food Authority is reminding those involved in exports that all nuts and oil produce must pass through designated custom ports with export permits obtained electronically via the Kentrade TFP single window system. Additionally, the law requires that macadamia nuts must only be harvested, handled, and processed when they have reached full physiological maturity. To enforce compliance, Agriculture and Food Authority, in collaboration with the county governments, law enforcement agencies, and other stakeholders, is ramping up surveillance across macadamia growing regions, aggregation centers, processing facilities, and exit points. Those found violating the law risk having their license suspended or revoked and could face prosecution.
Vivo Energy Kenya Managing Director Peter Murungi has dismissed claims questioning the quality of fuel supplied at Shell-branded petrol stations, assuring that the company adheres to quality control measures. This comes after a content creator over the weekend said his tests of fuel from different service stations revealed that some were selling fuel with the lower octane levels. Now, Murungi says the company follows a multi-stage testing process to ensure that every batch of fuel meets regulatory and international benchmarks. He says all Shell stations service stations source their fuel from the same supply chain.
To do a process at our station and lying to Kenyans about an equipment that does not meet standard or a process that does not meet standard, they have fooled a lot of my customers. That in Nairobi we have done 10 service stations plus, and we've done in third-party service laboratory, they are all okay. And they have all reflected that the same octane number we are talking is what is in our tank. What you do not see is we have also taken our tanks, so they match. So that's what makes us feel that what we have out there, and I can assure customers, absolutely no doubt, it meets the minimum standards across the country.
The Kenya Wine Agencies Limited plans to leverage the easing of trade barriers to increase its market share by exporting more to African countries. Kenya Wine Agency Limited Commercial Director says, highlighted a growing middle class and shift in consumer preferences in Africa who are demanding authentic and high quality products.
In South Africa, in Namibia, and in Kenya. And that is where you see that intra-Africa trade coming in and a real partnership, where you take a product that resonates with a consumer to a country where you know consumers are actually waiting for such a proposition. And because of that organic footprint, the different footprint that we have in those African countries really allows us to leverage it, leverage economies of scale, and really delight consumers with what they're looking for, which is the right product for their needs.
Now, there is need for financial institutions to align with international best practices to enhance operational efficiency and service delivery. Speaking when receiving an ISO certification, Kenya Police Deposit-Taking SACCO chairperson David Mategwa said the SACCO plans to have an integrated system where they bring on board information system security and business continuity planning under the ISO standards.
As they come. That's why we always want to be audited with so that we improve on our policies, systems, how we deliver our services to our members.
Within the period starting this year, within the period of 3 years starting this year, we will be overhauling our processes, our standard operating procedures, because we also understand that we have issues around the environment. So in the new standard, as we overhaul, we will be focusing largely into the issues related to the environment, issues of climate change, so that we are also going to adopt in our processes.
The latest in the world of sports, the Bingo Fest Coast Edition began today at Mbaraki Sports Club in Mombasa with a cash prize of 17 million shillings up for grabs. It is the sixth leg of the 2024-2025 series that follows the Western Region edition held in Mumias in August, Nyanza edition in Kisumu in September, Eastern Region chapter in October in Machakos, Rift Valley edition in Eldoret in December, and Mountain edition in Meru last month. The participating teams will battle for the top glory in football, rugby, and 3-on-3 basketball for both men and women. The Coast Edition is the last leg of the national championships that will come after the last leg set for Nairobi at a date yet to be confirmed. Now, Liverpool overturned a 1-0 defeat at Anfield with 4-0 victory over Tottenham Hotspurs to book an appointment for the Carabao finale with Newcastle United at the Wembley Stadium on Sunday, 16th March. Now, Liverpool opened the score sheet in the 34th minute through Cody Gakpo before Mohamed Salah added a second goal through a penalty 5 minutes to the second half time. As if that was not enough, Dominic stamped Liverpool's lead with a third goal in the 75th minute. And 5 minutes later, Virgil van cemented Spurs' fate of a 17-year-old trophy drought with a header from Mark Allister's corner kick.
Brilliant from Liverpool! One more seals it for Liverpool. It's another ball. Oh, there it is! It's Virgil van Dijk, the man who won the League Cup for Liverpool last season, seals their place, caught by the goalkeeper. Liverpool penalty, an absolute inevitability.
Well, that is where we put a cap on today's lunchtime news. It's exactly